welcome back to the Twitter Pated Mama. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about a new item that was sent to me. I was contacted by a company called Cosori, and they asked if I would partner with them and do a video review on their premium 6-quart pressure cooker. And I said, of course I will, because actually I was looking at this item anyway. It was in my Amazon cart. If you're anything like me, I do some window shopping online. I throw all kinds of things into my cart, and at some point I purchase them or I move them around. But this was an item I had been thinking about purchasing for myself since Christmas, so when they reached out and said they would send me one in exchange for a video review, I said absolutely. So right here I have the manual, which I have read through thoroughly to try to understand how to use this. And then my pressure cooker also came with this recipe book, which is pretty nice because it's got some simple basic recipes that I can try. But what I'm going to try to cook today is actually a family recipe. This is a Cuban style beef stew. It's my mom's recipe. It calls for stew meat, potatoes, peppers, onions, tomato sauce, and then some seasonings. So that's what I'm going to try today in my Cosori premium 6-quart pressure cooker. And we'll see how this turns out. So I'm going to take you along for the journey with me. Okay, so to start this recipe, I have used the saute function on the Cosori. It took a couple seconds to heat up. I've added my oil inside, and so now I'm going to start to brown my meat. So after I added my vegetable oil, I've added my meat to the Cosori, and it's on saute, and you can hear it sizzling. And then I just seasoned this with salt and pepper. And this is about 2 pounds of stew meat. Alright, so at this point my meat is browned, but not cooked all the way through. So I'm going to move on to adding the rest of my ingredients, and then we will start the pressure cooking. Okay, so to the browned meat, I added 1 large can of tomato sauce. I added about 1/4 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and then I had seasoned the meat as it was browning with salt and pepper, so it's just to taste. To that I'm going to add 1 green bell pepper, which I've cut up into these kind of large chunks, a full onion, and 2 regular sized russet potatoes. Okay, so at this point I've added the potatoes, green bell pepper, and onions to the beef stew mixture, and then I just seasoned a little bit more with some salt and pepper right on top. And now we're going to get the Cosori put back together and start our pressure cooker. Okay, so I have all of my ingredients inside, and I've plugged in, and then we've got this little dash 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 on the display, which is what it shows I should have at this point. I am checking the pressure release valve, and it has me putting it in a locked or sealed position, so you click it over to where the little lock is. And then I'm going to push my function. So this is a beef stew. And this first button here is for meat and stew. It defaults to 30 minutes, which is what I need because I'm cooking a normal amount. So 30 minutes should be just fine. Now, let's see, I pushed my button and I'm going to push on. Now this is my cooking display, so far things have gone well. And now it's pressurizing. It's working! So once it pressurizes, what this says is it's going to show 30 minutes. And that's our countdown. And then hopefully we're going to open this up and have some delicious beef stew, Cuban style. So that's our goal. Okay, so I'm feeling encouraged because it looks like it just reached pressure. And I heard the beep, and now it has set itself to 30 minutes, which is our default cooking time. So, looks like it's cooking. Okay, so cooking is complete, and I just read through the manual again so that I could refresh myself on taking this lid off safely. And we're going to do natural release, so all I'm going to do is unplug the unit and let it cool on its own for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not in a rush tonight because my husband and son just left for baseball practice, so we're not actually going to eat until they get home anyway. So I'm going to unplug my Cosori pressure cooker and then let it just rest. And then I will be flipping the steam release valve over to the release mode and I can't wait to see what this looks like. It smells really good. Like when it was first rising to pressure, I could already smell the meal, and it smells just like it does when I cook it regularly. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to open this thing up. I followed all the instructions to safely release the lid. And here's our first peek inside. It looks and smells amazing. Let me put this lid down and I can give this a stir. Looks good. The vegetables look nice and soft. All right. Last test will be to actually taste this. So get a spoon here. Give the broth a little taste. Very good. Very good. And I serve this over just plain white rice. The recipe for this dish is going to be down in the description, along with the Weight Watchers Smart Points, if you're interested in that. And here's the finished product, just ladled over some plain white rice. And I want to show you just how tender this meat came out. I'm really impressed. I wasn't sure how tender this meat was going to be, and it is like, look at that. Falls right apart. Oh my goodness. So I'm super happy with the way my first meal turned out. This was very easy. I did read the whole manual when I first received it and looked back through it as I was cooking this to make sure I wasn't missing any steps, and I didn't have any problems. So I'm super thrilled with the way this came out. Okay, so I made my first meal, and overall, I think I did really good. I had a lot of fun. It was very easy. I was so nervous when I first received it because I'm like, man, I got to figure out this new product I've never used before. I've used a regular pressure cooker, but I've never used anything like this. But I will tell you, I read the manual as soon as I received it, so that I kind of felt like, okay, I know what all the buttons do. I know what's supposed to happen when I plug this in. So I would encourage you to do that if you get your own. Read the manual. But for me, everything worked as it was supposed to. Nothing went wrong. I did reference my manual while I was cooking just to make sure that what I was seeing onto the display was what I was supposed to be seeing, what I was hearing was what I was supposed to be hearing, and that it was working the way it was supposed to. But everything went smoothly. Some of the things I liked about it, it's really fast, which is very convenient for working moms, for busy moms, for soccer moms or baseball moms. I love that I can make a meal in that amount of time. I mean, the meal I made in this video, this Cuban style beef stew, is normally something I would leave cooking all day long, or maybe even do in like a slow cooker, which I could also do in the Cosori because it has the slow cooker function. But to be able to make that in essentially 15 minutes of prep, 30 minutes of cook time, and then 15 minutes cooling, I'll take it. Super nice. It's easy to use. Everything worked the way it was supposed to for me, at least this first time that I'm doing it. Cleanup. It really was easy. The only thing is that the insert is a stainless steel, which means it does need some soak time and it needed a little extra scrubbing. I would be very interested to see if they offer a non-stick insert, so which I'm just not sure. I need to look into that, but a non-stick insert might be nice because the stainless steel was a little bit difficult to clean. Didn't take very much time, but you know, it's just not as easy as a non-stick. I will definitely use it again. I do want to try all the features. I joined some of the Facebook Cosori cooking groups, which I'm excited because some of the ladies on there are sharing recipes, tips and tricks, things that they've done, that they've loved. So I'm trying to gather those recipes as I can. If you have any recipes or things that work well, or books that you've used, or recipes, or Instagrammers, or anybody that you're following that is sharing recipes that are really good, please share with me down in the comments below because I'd love to access that. I do plan to make some more of these videos. The next recipe I'm planning to do is actually pork tacos. So if you're interested in seeing me cook more in my Cosori, please don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, hit like. The recipe that I used will be down in the description, including the Weight Watchers Smart Points if you're interested in that. All the information about the Cosori that I was sent will be in the description, including a link where you can purchase your own if you're interested. And I'm so excited that they reached out to me for this partnership and sent me my own Cosori that I could try and use and review for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.